want his chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones had to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert Southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Right to the air is Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Good job there. Pretty simple. The hole was created. Runner just darted right through.
Yeah, that's kind of play teams are looking for to have some success early in a ball game. And if you're an offensive play caller, you mark that run down. Make sure you keep coming back to it throughout the game until they stop it.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Number 50, you block over here.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Harbaugh came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. There he goes, right side. The 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. That punt returns 66 yards, and it goes the distance. And the Cardinals are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their second attempt here, the first drive stalled and they punted.
Time to break some things out, I think, in the playbook. Now that they've gotten out there, getting settled a little bit, let's see if they open things up. Maybe try and get the ball in the hands of the guys who can get the ball into the end zone. They're playmakers.
They would like that. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On play action, now Rodgers. He'll find Metcalf, and he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Down inside the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. On play action, Rodgers. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. First carry for James Conner. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
after one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on second down. Murray got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you get the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Taking it about the 1. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On play action, it's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 38. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. That's caught right side by Anderson. It's a room to maneuver. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. On second down and 4, Murray. And a loose football, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson, and the Cards are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
26.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the 25 on 2nd down. Rodgers throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught at the 10. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
First down, Murray. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
He's going to air one out for Anderson.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So second down on 2-yard line. You're not in desperation mode here. What do? You go to the ground, you pass. I guess either's an option.
Yeah, I think it depends on how much you trust the guy who throws the football. Because if you trust him, now's a great time for a little play action and going up top.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete here.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he is going to have the Packers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the...
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback,
It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It'll be a gain of 5, and now we've got a 3rd and 4.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Rodgers going to throw.
A check down here to Jones.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. They'll go with Jones. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw is Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Off the option, it's Jones. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
The 30. 10, 5, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On play action, now Rodgers.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And able to find Allen Lazard. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. Allen Lazard, 78 yards. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's the gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Murray flips this forward on the jet sweep. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Murray sets to throw on fourth. That's caught at the 3. Touchdown! A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Cardinals are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the number 1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fields it right around the goal line.
The Packers take over at 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing is Rodgers. Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers will drop this underneath for Jones. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. And right side, they're going to go option here. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 72 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Go to 50.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's a Packers touchdown. Odell Beckham from 17 yards out. And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and we have done in the NFL.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Cardinals continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news now. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cards come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, the Cardinals season will continue as we say